Okay, so now we have this kid. He's 22. Santa Barbara, California. Kills 6, and he got shot by police. He didn't kill himself. He got shot by police. Okay. Okay. The shooter, 22-year-old Elliot Rodger, the son of Hunger Games second unit director Peter Rodger. He drove a black BMW around the community near the campus, and apparently shot 6 people. Okay. Prior to the rampage, Rodger submitted reports to YouTube, or recordings to YouTube, chronicling his catastrophic emotional state after being rejected by women for 8 years. He's 22. So, what was he, like 15 when he got rejected? 14, right? Okay, so he's 14 years old, you guys rejected. 15, rejected. 16, he's a little bit, okay. So, no wonder you got rejected. If you're a bitch, bitches don't want you. Okay.
I think he's been watching the Hunger Games a bit too much. He's explored the dark side of what was it, Peter?
Peter Malarkey, yeah. Peter Malarkey. Okay, so,
the story's full.
Let's see. Oh. Wow. Okay.
Great news.
He put in a video, the quote is, I'm going to enter the hottest sorority house of UCSB and I will slaughter every single spoilt, stuck-up, blonde shit that I see in there. All those girls I desired so much, they would have all rejected me and looked down on me as an inferior man if I ever made a sexual advance toward them. But now, instead of making a sexual advance, he's going to make a assault. Okay, that's really cool. He's an asshole. Alright, now he's dead. Thumbs up. Okay. So, here's the deal. He wrote a 141-page memoir, and he says in this, all I ever wanted to do was to fit in and live happily in society amongst humanity, but I was cast out and rejected, forced to endure an existence of loneliness and insignificance, all because the females of the human species were incapable of seeing the value in me. He wrote, it's a document called My Twisted World. Okay, so this kid...
He should have gone to Disney.
Should have gone to Disney, no.
You can make a story out of that. That sounds like an next fairy tale.
Here's the problem. There's a lot of problems with this. I still want to see what weapon he used, because undoubtedly they're going to go AR-15. Assault Rifle 15. Okay. My problem with this is everything. Everybody has to realize this is a kid who, if you and I met, right, this 22-year-old kid is bitching about, I don't have sex with women. It's like, that's your problem. You can't blame every woman for your inability to be attractive to women. Okay, if every woman is saying there's something wrong with you, okay, indirectly, maybe there is.
Maybe there's something to it.
Okay, I'm not going to go ahead and say that every woman is not shallow in a lot of ways, because some of them are.
It might be because that seems to be your only intent.
Right, man. Okay, I'm going to go to this girl and go, I want to have sex with you. Motherfucker's going to go, no. They're going to say, you know what, I don't want you near me. You know, because people don't like being sexually assaulted. Essentially, that's what it is.
Or otherwise.
Right, so no wonder people are going, I don't really want to sleep with you because you didn't even say hi. You're just like, hey, my name is Elliot Rodger, and I want to have sex with you because women don't accept me sexually. So now people just don't accept it. Okay, so 8 years.
Sounds like an episode of SVU, actually.
Right. Well, so it turns out he decides that instead of thinking about maybe changing his tactics on how to approach a girl, I'm going to shoot them.
How that works.
Okay, how often did people with any kind of sanity take a problem like that and go, I'll just shoot them? Okay, so you know my girlfriends, right? Before I finally got married, I had
that's your crazy one.
Too many girlfriends, right? Every single one of them failed, and I'm glad. Okay, but at no time in those 3 or 4 years of bullshit did I ever go, I'll shoot them. Okay, and I had an AR sitting right next to the bed. Okay, loaded. I had a 1911. I had a 92 FS, the Beretta. I had a Mossberg 12 gauge. All this stuff. At no time did I ever say, I'm gonna shoot these people that don't accept me. There was a reason they didn't, and I'm glad they didn't, because if they had, I wouldn't have gotten married happily. I would have been stuck with these crazy motherfuckers. The thing is that everyone can blame a firearm, because I see right here the dad of one of the victims is saying, I think his name is, what's his name? Chris Martinez. He's 20 years old and he got shot, I guess last night now. And his dad is bitching, and his dad goes, "Our family has a message for every family out there. You don't think it'll happen to your child until it does." Choking on tears, he added, "His death has left our family lost and broken. Chris died because of craven, irresponsible politicians and the NRA." Okay. First thing, no. He didn't die because of politicians.
Who is it? Some shitty.
No, that was not. That was, Elliot was the shooter. Chris is an innocent.
Oh,
okay. So Chris didn't need to die. That's true. We all agree that Chris did not need to die. In fact, no one needed to die. Not even Elliot. What should we call him?
Elliot sounds all like Dave.
Yeah, idiots. Okay, Idiot Rodger. Okay, we'll call him Idiot. Okay, so Idiot went outside and goes, "I'm going to shoot all these women and whatever." So, and why did he shoot a boy? Okay, so he takes a 20-year-old kid.
Maybe he was the boyfriend of one of the girls he couldn't
right?
get.
"I don't like you. You're a boy, and you're a boyfriend, and she has sex with you. I'll shoot them." Okay, no, here's the deal. So he goes outside and he decides to go shoot people. He only got 6. So he must have had a high-capacity magazine, because that's the only way you can shoot more than one person. Okay, so his the father of Chris says Chris died because of craven, irresponsible politicians and the NRA. So politicians didn't. Yeah. Politicians didn't kill him because politicians aren't the cause of anyone's death. Yes, they're a problem. Yes, they're wrong, irresponsible, and everything. But as far as I know, politicians are generally trying to ban firearms. So if anything, politicians were trying to keep Chris alive, because without firearms, people can't die. Not even of old age. People can't. They can't age that long because, or that they can't age negatively because without firearms, people will live forever. Okay. Those are cool. Okay, so this guy, so now it's the NRA. So it's politicians, and then the second thing he blames is the NRA. Now, I don't like the NRA too much because they're a lobbyist group. Okay, and I don't like that because I don't believe that they're really any different. And I also don't like the president or whatever. He's a weirdo. But that's not to say, that I disagree with firearms, because I do agree with firearms, but it's not because of the NRA. I believe it's because of the Constitution. So I'm not a huge fan of the NRA either. And I hate people that put the stickers everywhere, NRA, on their cars, and they wonder why their cars get broken into, because people want guns. Okay. So the NRA is not to blame, the politicians are to blame. And then he continues to go, they talk about gun rights, okay, what about Chris's right to live? Well, both those things are actually in the Bill of Rights. So there's the right to life, liberty, and property, and there's the right to own
Maybe if
firearms.
Chris had had a gun, he would have been able to protect his right to live.
Maybe it wasn't politicians. Maybe it wasn't the NRA. Maybe it wasn't guns. Maybe it wasn't irresponsible anything. Maybe it was a pissed off, retarded motherfucker named Elliot Rodger who didn't know how to handle his inability to have sex. Decides to go kill people. And maybe it was, we can blame the school here. We can blame anything. We can blame the school and say, well, if UCSB allowed firearms on campus, and if the federal government allowed the purchase and carry of handguns under the age of 21, then maybe Chris could have got the drop on what was undoubtedly an inexperienced shooter. And if Chris had the time behind the trigger on a weapon and was allowed to carry it, and this dumb little kid working solely on emotions, okay, so first of all, his reaction time is not going to be the best. His motor skills aren't going to be the finest. Okay, he's not thinking about anything but anger, disappointment. He's not thinking about how to properly squeeze the trigger. He's not thinking about how to properly aim. He's thinking about wanting to kill. So you can really, if you're in the better mindset, you could actually overcome him relatively easily. But no, we're gonna blame the NRA, who had nothing to do with it. Even if they did wanted to proliferate firearms across the country and succeeded in doing so. The NRA is not to blame because they're 3 letters. They're an organization. They're a company. They're an entity that has nothing to do with the individual lives that have been affected yesterday. People go, "Oh, well, guns are the most dangerous thing on earth." They're not. A pistol ranging from an average caliber, say 380, 9mm, 45, 40. A 45 ACP is only 230 grains of lead. That's not very much. Okay, it's not going to kill somebody in one shot unless you hit a vital area. Okay, so honestly, a pipe bomb is more dangerous. Yes, honey.
I have a comment.
What?
Aren't bombs illegal?
But the components to make them are not. So you can
Okay,
actually,
but like making
Yes.
a bomb and making it go off is illegal. It's
Yes.
banned,
yes,
but it still happens.
He's the fire.
it does actually happen. It happened. We all remember the World Trade Center bombings back in '92. I believe it was '92.
So if you ban,
Was it William Ayers? He wasn't. It wasn't like a firearm. It wasn't the World Trade Center with the planes. He just bombed the building. Was it illegal? Sure it was. Was it illegal to have constructive intent to put these things together and make a bomb? Yes. Yes, it was.
but it still happened.
But he still blew the fuck out of
So
that
even
building.
if guns were illegal, they would still happen, and you would still need a way to defend yourself against them.
Look,
If you ban guns, someone's going to find them if they want them, no matter what you do.
Well,
All you do is make sure they're in the right hands beforehand, so if the crazy people decide to go and try and shoot people, there's enough good people with guns to go, no, fixed it.
and
It's a
there
real
are
simple-
people out there. There are people out there that would say you're wrong, because the only way to deal with a bad guy with a gun is to run under a goddamn table. What happened with Columbine? We all know the video. We've all seen the videos of Columbine. Have you seen the video of Columbine? Are you sure?
I watched the documentary that Michael Moore did on it.
He's an asshole.
I know, but
I watched the actual videos because he obviously.
I know about it. So
Right.
yeah.
So Columbine, obviously, once again, it was illegal to have firearms on the campus, as with every school shooting in the last years, and they went in and they started shooting and whatnot. And I believe it was a similar. Wasn't it a similar? It wasn't because of sex, but it was because of being ostracized from the community. So once again, we have people that are unstable and who can't take someone saying "I don't like you." So, which is honestly, come on, how many times have you been told "I don't like you" by somebody?
Many times.
How many times have I been told? When I was 10 years old, my nickname at church was Asshole Dave. It's the first nickname I ever got. My first nickname I remember was Asshole Dave. Did I go, "I will shoot them"? No, because that's not how logical, rational, respectful, honest, good people think.
Well, my take on it is that if, let's say, guns are banned and they took them all from everybody and nobody, quote unquote, can get them, or it's really, really hard to get them, like, Europe or whatever, quote unquote. So, okay, so that's the situation. So now what's to stop people from instead using knives? So then do we ban knives? So then what about kitchen knives?
Actually,
Do we ban kitchen knives?
You have to be 18 now to buy a knife. I remember when that wasn't a thing. I remember 15. I went into Dick's Sporting Goods and I bought a
But
saw.
why not just ban them? If those are a problem too,
Here we go. Because
can't cut your
knives-
vegetables anymore.
Because knives have a different use than guns. Knives, you can cut a vegetable.
You could shoot a vegetable too.
No, but that's not the same thing. See, guns were made only for killing. Knives were made for cutting vegetables.
It's also made for protecting.
So I guess it's it's irrelevant that you can kill with both of them.
Actually, if you talk to a lot of guys who have been in combat, in more delicate operations, a knife was their preferred weapon in a lot of cases because it was silent, fast, effective. They didn't have to waste ammo. No casings were lost. Nothing. No sound. And it was a lot easier.
Because aren't there mass stabbings? Like, that's a thing.
There was a mass stabbing in China.
It's
several
not
years
like
back.
you get less people.
Speaking
Like,
of which, what was the most recent thing?
Pennsylvania. The kid
Was
in
it
PA, yeah.
Yeah.
He too went on a stabbing
in China,
rampage.
at the same time, because he had the two knives.
Yeah, there was the China in
Guess
China
what?
as well.
In China, someone did that. It was a guy. got 22 people.
But let's
And
check
no
on that.
one
How
talks
many?
about that.
Was it Chinese knife attack? Knife massacre. Here we go. That's oh no.
29.
Okay, so here's the thing. He killed 29, injured 113 in a train station in China. And this kid only killed 6. Now I'm not downplaying the loss of 6 innocent lives.
This one thing though, why is this one being covered and that one China?
I'm putting in perspective the fact that we blame the gun, but apparently knives are more effective. In less experienced hands, apparently knives are more effective at killing large numbers of people
Doesn't require
than a
accuracy.
firearm. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but how much easier is it to take a knife, grab a guy by the shoulder, jab it in his neck, tear out? That's one guy dead, not injured, not critically wounded, but in fact unable to survive. But now we blame a firearm. Now we got this guy who's killing 6, and I bet he didn't use an AR because in California it's very difficult to acquire an AR unless it's in California legal.
Aren't guns like very banned in California?
Well, magazine capacity is restricted to 10 rounds, I believe. And there are kinds of weapons that you have to have in a California legal configuration, such weapons that have detachable box magazines, like an AK-47 pattern rifle. You can't buy AK-47s because those are fully automatic or select fire. You can buy an AK pattern rifle, and in California they have to have a thing called a bullet button, and the magazine cannot be readily removed. You have to, I believe, something to do with the receiver, and you have to. It's stupid. I used to know it, but the magazine cannot be readily detachable, as well as it can only hold 10 rounds, I think it is. So yes, California is one of the more restricting states when it comes to firearms. He still got 6. So therefore, the high capacity thing is a moot point because he still got 6. If he had 10 rounds, but he might have had an illegal magazine, which doesn't make sense.
Oh no, but they're not legal. That's all.
Oh wait, if he had an illegal magazine, how did he get it?
Magic. Black magic.
If they banned it, okay, and you can't purchase it, then how did he acquire one?
Quite interesting. Answer that.
Because it exists.
Exactly.
Because if something exists, somebody will get it. Whether it's a firearm, or it's a car, or it's an asshole who's a doctor who's not doing his job and he's drunk and he kills you during surgery because he's being careless, the ability to take a life exists. And no matter what way you want to do it, you'll be able to do it. See, everyone says guns are a problem because it makes it easier to kill somebody. I would disagree. I would say that it takes a certain mindset to make it easier to kill somebody. Because for me, it's not that easy. I don't ever want to kill somebody.
I would argue that guns make it easier to stay alive when someone else is trying to kill you with one.
It does, because at range, you can pull and pop. You don't got to go, you don't got to rush up on them and stab them. You don't got to try to take the gun away. If you have a firearm, you can dispatch the enemy, if you're intelligent, much more easily than if you had a knife or a baseball bat.
I think most pro-gun people would want to live in a world where you didn't have to use a gun for anything other than hunting and, sport. But
I would love it.
Exactly, but that's just not realistic.
What?
The best defense is a good offense. A gun
that only applies in football, because football doesn't have guns.
Maybe so.
He injured
with a knife.
113. Motherfucker's on a rampage. God, he must be running no weapons, just only the combat knife, hack knife, and all the perks. All the perks. Hacker. Must be a hacker. He got infinite oracle.
It's not that he's good at the game, just he's a hacker.
Yeah, he's got Michael Myers. Okay, so here's the thing. Maniac. That's it. He was running a maniac.
I wonder if it works in this universe.
Because he's running a maniac, and he's got all the perks. No weapons, all perks. So he's got all stealth and all speed perks. He's nasty, okay? And he wins.